And they said, be mindful of Allah and Allah will protect you. So what does mindful mean? And from the word hafadha, right? If you think about the word hafadha, someone who memorized Quran, what do we call them? A hafidh, right? Why? Because he has memorized the Quran, they say, but the word hafadha comes from the word to mean like protection, right? And the word in Arabic we use for a wallet, we call mihfala, so it protects your money you put it in your pocket, right? So here they're protecting the Quran by memorizing it. So if it gets lost, guess what? They have it here. So here it says that if you think about protect, so if you think about this, that the word they translate it as being mindful, it literally means to protect. So how can you protect Allah? Right? What does it mean to be protecting Allah? It means to protect the boundaries of what Allah has set down for you. Right? This is haram, this is halal. And then the doubtful matters, we already know the hadith about that. Stay away from them or else you're going to follow in something that's haram. Right? That's what he's reminding the Ibn Abbas, who's a young person, about this, if you will. Right? And here you have the verse in the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَالَّذِينَ اهْتَدَوْا زَادَهُمْ هُدًى وَآتَاهُمْ التَّقْوَاهُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that, but those who receive guidance, we increase them in guidance and bestow on them piety and restraint. Right? If you're mindful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah is going to bless you with this guidance, and He's going to give you piety, taqwa yani, and restraint in your life, right? That's one thing. If you're mindful of Allah, Allah will be mindful of you. That's pretty much what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in this hadith. But then He says, be mindful of Allah and you will find Him in front of you. Right? How can you find Allah in front of you? That literally Allah is going to come in front of you? What do they mean by that? What do you think?
You use the metaphorical.
So what do you?
Experience, feeling. You feel that His presence.
His guidance. Right, exactly, right? If you be mindful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you won't feel like Allah is almost dragging you and taking you to exactly where you need to go. Right? If you have like almost like a rope around you, if you will, right? It's kind of like istikhara, right? Istikhara, when you make stop the istikhara, when you need to make a decision, you pray it, and inshallah, Allah will bless you. You get a good feeling. I think, yeah, I should marry this person. Oh, yeah, I should take this job. Right? Same thing here. Right? And they said, if you ask Allah alone, if you ask, then ask Allah alone. Right? So if you need help or assistance or a favor, Allah subhanahu only you should ask. Right? But if you need to ask someone else, know that it's just a means from the means that Allah has provided you with. Okay. That's why some people understand this hadith wrong and say, only if you ask, only ask Allah alone. So you mean you can't call the police, you can't call the fire department if you need help? I can't ask my parents for money, I can't ask my friend for a ride to school? No. But know that that is a means that Allah has provided from you. Right? So it all goes back to where? To Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? Where does this money come? Where did I get that engineering degree or where did I get that job? Allah provided for you. That's how He's helping you. Right? You ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we went over this before, you put your resume in, you do whatever you want, you need to do, and Allah will bless you or might not bless you with it. Depends on what's best for you. Right? That's why the Prophet said in the hadith, where it says that man la yashkur Allah, la yashkur al-nas. Or man la yashkur al-nas, la yashkur Allah. Whoever doesn't thank the people, doesn't thank Allah. Whoever doesn't thank the people, doesn't thank Allah. Right? Because that's all connected. Who brought those people to you? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? How do you know you get these friends that you had, those family members, your parents? From Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It all goes back to Him. Right? So that's one thing you can understand. But then you have another part of the hadith here. It says that if you seek help from Allah, very similar to what we just went over. And know that if the nations were to gather together to benefit you with anything, they will not benefit you except what Allah has already prescribed for you. Right? So here, He doesn't say that, that He said that the whole nation was going to benefit you. He goes like a little extravagant here. He wants to make the point very, very clear. That if they're going to benefit you with something, if everyone in the world is going to come and help you today, right? Know that they won't help you except what Allah has prescribed for you. Right? So know that where all goes back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything happens to Him. Make it very, very clear. Right? And if they were to gather to harm you with anything, right, opposite end now, know that they will not harm you except what Allah has already prescribed against you. Right? We already went over this hadith about when you're in the stomach of the mother, all your sustenance and your needs are written for you already. Went through qadr already, so you guys should understand these points pretty easy now. Right? We already went over this in a couple of details. So does it mean that we should try to defend the harm that comes our way? Or should we just understand that, this is a sickness I have, this is the job situation I'm in? How do we understand that?
It's the qadr of Allah.
It's cut off law, right? We talked about that already, right? This is it, but still does it mean that we need to defend it? If we have a sickness, or we have a job, or should we try to get our job back, or should we try to move on, right? How do we understand these type of things?
We have to try hard. Yeah.
Always,
Try hard.
right? Because you don't know what's written for you in the first place, right? And so you don't know what that means is going to come for you. So therefore, you have to put all that you want in it, right? We went over this question before. And here the Prophet mentions that what? The pens have been lifted and the page have been dried, meaning that everything has been ordained for you already, in all situations. Let's go back to our discussion about can dua change your destiny, right? We went over that in detail there a little bit here. And then this is some great words that are mentioned at the end where it says that recognize and acknowledge Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in times of ease and prosperity, and Allah will remember you in the times of adversity. This is what we call sunnatullah, the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The way Allah does things, His pattern, His practice, is that He wants to see whatever you put in, and then Allah will come your way. Right? It's like the hadith of the hadith Qudsi that said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that if you walk to Him, He'll run to you. If you run to Him, He'll come to you at speed. Right? So Allah basically wants to see you put some effort. He said if you walk to me, then He'll run you. He just wants you to put a little bit of effort in there, and you see like a lot will come your way. Right? Allah's not going to go one step, He's going to do more, if you will. Right? That's the way Allah has ordained things, if you will. That's His pattern. And He even has so much mercy that when you even don't take one step, Allah still gives you. Imagine that. Right? Even though you don't get one step, He still gives you anyhow. Right? This is obviously from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And He said something very beautiful here. It said that know that with victory comes with patience. Right? That you have to understand, especially with the ummah that's going on today, you have to have that patience, if you will. And relief comes with affliction, and hardship comes with ease. The question? Or instruction?
I
Go ahead.
So how do you understand the analogy? Let's say somebody would harm me, right? So whatever happens to me by the qadr of Allah.
Right.
Right. So first of all, it was probably meant there was probably something good for me in there, right?
Mm.
And then how do I understand that with the guy who's already had bad intentions of harming me in terms of what Allah is going to do with him? There are two things happening, right? There is one bad intention, somebody approaches me and harms me. There's one thing, Allah is going to be holding him accountable. Right. There's another thing, I'm thinking whatever harm is being afflicted upon me is by the qadr of Allah.
Right.
Right. So I'm kind of taking it as a positive, moving on.
Yeah.
And obviously this guy is, harming me
Right.
in no way or regard, like that we, separate from him.
Right. So which question exactly?
So how do you understand this analogy, the whole situation with the one who is trying to harm and then, I'm being harmed?
Right.
I'm taking that as a positive.
Well, you should take it that this has been ordained for me, right? This this car accident I had. You know what I mean? That's him. This guy hit me, for example. So that's because of Allah, whatever that's happened, whatever it's his fault. They say you were just parked. You wouldn't do nothing wrong. Someone just came and hit you from the back. Okay, for example. Right? Very clear. You didn't do anything, right? So then it's because of Allah that happens for some reason. Now this might be a test. My patience. How I'm going to deal with that person, right? Maybe Allah did this purposely for me that I wouldn't drive off and I would probably get an accident later on. So this is where you understand it. But you're also being tested how you're going to react. Not that maybe Allah was saving me from something, right? He did this to me and saved me from something that might come my way. That's one way to look at it. But also how am I going to react to the next person, right? And also not that I say this is qadr of Allah, just go ahead, just drive away. It's okay, I don't want to press any charges. I don't want your insurance. No, of course. Because it's all rights that we have. Right? And Allah talks about commanding good and forbidding evil, and there's rights and so forth. So therefore, you're tested to take care of that, and you also apply that. You don't say that, okay, this happened to me, and Allah already ordained it, so I don't need to go take this guy to court. I don't need to know your insurance policy. It's okay, whatever. That's the way my car is supposed to be dented like this forever. No. So you do have to definitely go ahead and try to get your retribution. That's part of rights. So Allah wants justice, right? So that's nothing wrong with that. Now, your etiquette's and how you're going to do that, right? How you're going to treat that person, and what are you going to do, etc. That's another thing, right? That's where you're actually going to be tested yourself. So that's one way you can take it, if you will. I don't know if that answers your question to an extent, but is that what you're kind of asking about?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I can relate that to Sheikh Mustafa's story. You know, it wasn't an accident, and he got out and was, you know, literally, 8 years before, right? So.
Oh, did you go to that program, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, he talked about it in one of the programs. He was here in ICNA.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's one thing, getting hidayah out of it. Like, if somebody dies because of that harm, what's next, right?
Yeah. That's what we kind of talked about, like babies being killed, innocent people getting killed. How do you understand that, right? And we talked about that.
No, I'll ask after this.
Okay. So yeah, we kind of talked about that. There's like there's lessons all into that and so forth. And yeah, it's terrible. You're gonna cry. Yeah, you're gonna get mad and so forth. That's fine. Also cried and so forth. That's a natural human response. But it's just to understand that Allah has a greater plan that maybe you're not aware of, if you will, right? And you're just walking through that. Doesn't mean that you don't have to try to get your rights back from someone else or and so forth. No, you definitely shouldn't do that. It's all part of that to Islam. That's actually part of the qadr also, right? Not just to sit there and let things come your way and get taken advantage of and so forth. I don't know if that's kind of answering your question.
Yeah, I can relate that to even the passing away of Prophet Muhammad, how the Umar reacted and
Right.
how the Abu Bakr intervened and kind of calmed it down.
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead.
Here it says the pens have been lifted and the pages have been dry. That means our destiny is already written when we are in the womb. So, I don't know, it contradicts, maybe it has different hadith. When our destiny is already written, everything is done, then why hell and heaven? He has written it all. He is going to guide everybody, and people are doing what he has done, Hindus or Muslims or whatever. I do good and bad. I came with it because he has written it all. Even though whatever I try, whatever I do, good and bad, that's written for me, right? Then why go hell and heaven? He
Good.
already wrote it all. He's
Great.
the one who did it all.
That's a great question. So if Allah had written everything, why have this world? Just go straight to the end. The end of the movie. Why are we watching the movie for? Right? So go to the end and just put everyone in Jannah and Jahannam. So let's get the example. So Allah written everything. Everyone's going to happen to everyone. Who's going to be in heaven? Who's going to be in hell? So let's go like this. Let's take the world away. It's a lot of resources. It's a lot of time. Let's put it away. Right? Now, boom. We're in the end of the world right now. We're in the hereafter. Right? So we have person B. Person A is this person A that's in Jahannam. Okay? And you have person B who's in heaven. He's like, whoa, I'm in heaven. Awesome. Cool. Yes. Right? And then person A is like, oh my God, I'm in Jahannam? Like, yeah, look what you did, man. You killed this person, and you robbed, and you didn't pray, and you got a dawah pamphlet, and you threw it in the trash. Like, dang, I did that? Man, I'm in Jahannam. What do you think that guy's going to say? Oh, well. Is he going to say that?
No, he's probably going to say, I wish I had more time.
Maybe. What else is he going to say? Right? If you guys were taking this class, and you guys walked in here, let's say the week 1, so it's a 10-week class. We're going to have an exam in week number 10. When you came in here, I gave you a paper and said, you failed, you got a B, you got a C, what would you guys tell me?
Where is the class?
No, I did that. I started reading for you guys. Don't worry. Allah told me. And so, that's all I
We
should.
don't know, we say. We don't know we have an exam, or we don't know we didn't read, or something like that. Yeah.
Basically, you'll say what? It's not fair.
Okay.
Like, why did I got an F? Hold on, it's week 1, but yeah, don't worry, we're wasting time. We fast forward to week number 10. Allah sent down, Jibreel Islam came down. He said, like, he gave me all the exams in my hand. So I'm just handing it out to you guys. So go home. It's fine. Like, serious? Like, I got an F? Like, no, like, give me a chance. Like, okay, let me at least try. And if I get an F on that, then I will feel better. But if you tell me I get an F already, then like, no, that won't be just. And guess what? Allah is what? He's just. So everyone in Jahannam, don't you think everyone in Jahannam is going to argue? The ones in Jannah is going to say, yeah, I don't care, please, I don't care what I did. Don't even tell me. I am staying here. Don't try to press rewind. I'm not going anywhere. I don't care, right? But everybody in Jahannam It's going to say, oh, heck no. This is not fair. This is oppression. You didn't give me a chance. And guess what? Allah is just. So he says, you know what? Go ahead. Live a life. Everyone gets a chance. And at the end, it's going to be the same results anyhow. Okay, guys? Would you guys be happy now? Yeah. But let me give me a chance, right? I swear I'm going to pray. I'll do it. Okay, go ahead. It's going to be the same person A over there. Same person B. I'm telling you, I'm the one who wrote the script. I'm the director of the movie. But guess what? You guys didn't see the movie. So when you watch Titanic and you go to the end of it and the boat already sank, and Leo DiCaprio's, he died. How did he die for? Why? Well, guess what? I already saw the movie, it's okay, but I want to know. Well, guess what? We are just watching the movie right now, and we're living in it. Allah's like, I already directed the movie. It's all good, but guess you guys want to know exactly who died at the end, or who was the murderer. I thought it was this guy was the murderer, and he wasn't. And guess what? Guys, go ahead and watch it. Go ahead. You guys are going to argue with me anyhow at the end. At the end, you're going to say, why I'm in Jahannam? Allah, give me more time. Allah tells us in the Quran that people still say that in Yawm Qiyamah, right? So Allah said, go ahead. I know you're human beings. You guys like to argue, right? It says Surah Kaf, yani, akthar jadala. The humans are the most thing they do is argue. So Allah said, God, I'll be just. You guys have a chance. So at the end, nobody can say, I didn't have a chance. Allah, you only gave me this amount of time. Except Allah.
How is it a chance when it's already written? It's
Right.
not considered a chance when your destiny is already written. You can't change it, you can't do anything other than that.
Exactly. Okay.
Whatever you try, you do your best or bad.
It would only not be a chance if that I was forced and coerced to make the actions that I'm doing right now. Allah, do you know what it is? Allah, did I fake Allah out? No, Allah knew I was going to drop my phone right now. But it doesn't matter. I get to do it. Guess what? Though hard times come in an hour, guess what? I'm not going to pray. Right? I'm just not going to do it. Right? I'm going to fake everyone out. I'm not going to do it. Right? I have a chance. That hour is going to come. Either I'm going to make wudu and stand up there, or I'm not going to do it.
But it's written.
That's fine.
Whatever you do, it's written.
That is fine though. Because there has to be a director. There has to be a director.
No, I'm not denying that he's the
Yeah,
director. I'm
yeah.
not denying one day you're going to go to hell or heaven. But what I'm questioning is, if he has written everything from the time of conception to the time you die, everything, every single detail, he has written it. No matter yes, you have to be good, you got to try to attain Jannah, you got to be your best, follow all what Islam says.
Mhm.
But even if you are not able to do it, it's written. It was meant to be.
Right.
So how can it be meant to be and then you go
In
and
other
look
words,
at it?
non-Muslim.
It says destiny is written. It's
Yeah.
pen has
So
written,
that's
it
right.
has dried,
Right.
and it's
Why
there.
does
It's
he,
whatever
the one who wrote
it
it,
is.
Right.
why does he even put him in hell?
Yeah.
That's
He's saying nothing is going to change.
So the part here, why did Allah say that the pens are lifted and the pages are dry, right? That is more to understand the wisdom and understand you weren't able to change that, right? You're on that car acting on that car acting. Now that's just a test for you to see how you're going to act. And that's written too, right? Everything written. But if it's written with force, when you're not allowed to move, right? I'm a robot and some guy has a joystick and he's the one that gets me to move to prayer and that's it and all I can do is this, then guess what? I'm with you in the argument. That's not fair. Are you serious? Like I have to, whatever you put that joystick, I have to move this way? I want to move right and you're moving me left. Then okay, then guess what? We call it iqra in Arabic, right? That's called coercion, right? La iqra fi din, right? There's no coercion in the religion. So that I would agree with you. Now the thing is though, what you're bringing up right now is what a lot of sects after the Prophet passed away, they started using their brain a lot, and they fell into a lot of disbelief. They want to call it Qadariyah. They said everything is written to kind of same, so guess what? No one's held accountable. I go and I kill that guy over there. Don't call me a murderer. That was written. I'm going to steal your car, and guess what? Don't call me a burglar because it was written. So guess what? Everyone's going crazy now.
Right. The accountability part kind of got dissolved with that concept.
Exactly. Because hey, that's a smart
Well,
thing.
it's written, right?
Right.
So I might do whatever I want.
Exactly.
But there's no accountability.
That's why Allah blessed us with this thing, but at the same time, it lost a lot of people with it. The Mu'tazila, right? The Qadariyah, there's like the Jasmiyah, the one that who made Allah into like shapes and stuff. Allah has a hand, Allah does this, right? There's like 4 or 5 different groups like this, and not more, that because of their aql, because of their intellect, they're using this, and they put that above Allah, then that's a guy in trouble. Right? And that's why the thing is that you could take this head all day long, and you will never comprehend Allah. Like I could tell you, how can Allah begin when there was nothing to be that started Him? And believe me, you'll never answer that question till the day you die.
So the one I have,
Yeah.
because for destiny, as I have, understand, there are some controllable things which has been written for us.
Yes.
Like for example, our death.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, our risk. Like for example, our kids, and like for example, our spouses. They are written. This is the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Your parents, you don't get to choose.
But the other thing which sister is saying, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, given us first of all intellect, and then to expand that intellect, Allah has sent the messengers, then the books. So
Right.
everything which Allah has given us to guide us that okay, burglary is going to be wrong. You are going to commit it. It is your decision.
Right.
It's not qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
It's the free will.
It's the freedom of the one.
Exactly.
So how you react
how
when the things happen, that will,
it's up
not
to
just
you
our destiny.
whether you are grateful, or it's up to you whether you are ungrateful.
Right.
Meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, qadr comes into the uncontrollable
Right.
things which we cannot control.
Exactly.
Meaning that's what my question was, that if I lose a job and I was given 1 month, early notice that you have 1 month, and in that 1 month I didn't do 100% my effort to get a job, and I just did 5%, and then I said it's the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I didn't get a job. This is what this is the clash of thing.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, that's the way. Because the thing is, so if you don't say that Allah didn't write everything already, and right now am I moving? Allah is learning this right now as I'm learning this. Some people said that. Some people said, am I doing this? Allah is now finding out about this and while I'm doing it. So everyone's like, oh, okay, good. There's free will. That's complete free will now. Nothing has been written. But then now you go to the point, then what kind of God is that who's just learning this right now as I'm learning?
An unknowing.
That's unknowing God. That's not a God. Right? He's just finding out. That's like me and you now. Right? He's not that powerful anymore. He's not the director. Right?
Then that contradicts between those two things. If I say he knows everything, now if I say no, he doesn't know, then what?
Exactly. That's why we say Allah knows everything. But that knowing, like that's why I said in multiple classes before, it won't affect you. That's just for you to understand how great Allah is. It's not for you to say, I'm bound with a chain. No, that's just for you to go, wow, Allah is amazing. That's why. That's all that's for. Allah knows all things, everything that's going to happen in the future and in the past. Wow, Allah is amazing. Okay, I'm going to go with my regular day now. That's all. That's all that's there for you to just be amazed at how great Allah is. Right? But it doesn't mean that I'm bound. And that's how amazing Allah actually made it. Where look, I can still do all these kind of weird moves right now, but Allah doesn't know any of these type of things. I mean, He still has it written down, but it's not affecting me, so it's not coercing me,
I
right?
think so, Shahid, that the thing which comes with this doubtful, I think when I read Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, when you're being guided, then all these doubts, Allah takes it away.
Yeah.
This is how the strong belief is on my Allah.
Let me just kind of end the. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
Because you see, when I read Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in one surah says, I created the hell just for you to stay away from the hell, or you just go forward.
Right.
This is the meaning, because I created this thing for you to stay away.
Yeah.
And I created Jannah to, you need to get to rush to the Jannah.
Right.
This is how, the Surah Shams, Qad aflaha man tazakkaha wa qad. This is up to us what we want to do. what we should not leave it, just like, my kid says, oh mama, it's because of you, I didn't do it. He didn't do his 100% effort to get up in the morning, and when he is late, he said, oh mama, you didn't wake me up. This is the same psychology I
Right.
think we put to our mistakes or to our sin,
Right.
that, oh, it was,
People love using qadr as an excuse
Yeah.
for everything in
Yeah.
life. That's another issue.
What I kind of think is, I may be wrong. Basically, I think I'm starting from the scratch, or clearing all my doubts which I have.
Yeah.
Not saying I'm doubtful that Allah is the one.
No.
No, the question which comes into my mind, I feel like I should talk it out,
Yes,
clear it
yes.
out,
That's
and
good.
have it.
That's exactly what this
Yeah.
religion. We're not other religions where you say
Yeah.
believe in this and shut up.
Yeah.
We're not one of those type of religions, you
no,
know.
I was
So that's
just
good.
giving my thought about it.
Well, last thing I want to say is that go back to the hadith that we talked about, Hadith of Jibril,
Yes.
where it says that and to believe in Allah and the angels and the prophets and the day of judgment, and then remember the Prophet said again, and tu'minu bil qadr khayrihi wa sharrihi. Why did the Prophet repeat and to believe again? Okay, remember we went over this in class? Because you need to be reminded of that, because that's a hard one to swallow.
Ibrahim al-Islam used to ask that question.
Yeah. So that's why. So what's your doubt and what's your confusion and stuff? Everyone in this room has that,
Yes.
right? But it's not just you,
Questions?
but it's just that, you know what? I submit, right? I submit, Allah. I'm trying to wrap my head about it, but I know that's why it's to believe in Allah and the last day and the angels. I can't see an angel. I've never met one, but guess what? I believe in it. Shahid, are you stupid? Or you have no idea. You have no proof there's an angel there. And you said you believe in it? What kind of, and you got a degree at this college and that kind of, That's why you call it Iman,
Yeah.
right? It's called faith.
Because actually, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked Ibrahim al-Islam, I let him come in.
Yeah, too many, yeah. You want to see
He's asking him.
Yeah.
But she has a question, so
Yeah.
we can listen to her.
Yeah, no. What do you say?
Yeah.
Another one?
Like,
Sorry.
talking about the I have too many actually.
Yeah, you should.
Talking about the destiny, right? It's written, you said. Then if I say no, if he doesn't know if I'm moving the pen, now he's coming to know, it can't be that too. And then I was thinking, the prayers have the power to change your destiny. The prayers, the things you pray, then you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He can do what you're asking for. So basically what He has written, He can change it for you. The prayers have the power. That's what I heard. Maybe I'm wrong. But is it true?
Yeah, so we went over this question a couple classes ago. So we talked about, can dua change qadr? That was basically much the topic, right? And we said that, so it's kind of like a yes and no, and it's really confusing. Because in the end, no, it can't.
It can change.
It can.
Yes.
Now, but Allah knew, for example, I'm sick, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, contact's not working, iCloud's not working, I'm whatever. But then I make dua, I start crying, I make sujood, Allah, please get this sickness away. I need to get back to work, I need to blah, blah, blah. Guess what, tomorrow, oh my God, I'm healthy. What happened, right? So Allah knew that my dua changed my status, right? And so, but guess what? Allah already knew that I was going to make dua already. Right? Because guess what? He's all powerful and He's amazing. But it doesn't really matter to me though.
I didn't know.
Right.
Okay.
So, but my dua did it. That's why they said that what's already been written, we call it Law al-Mahfuz, the preserved tablet. It's mentioned in Surah Buruj, right? That the pens have been written. That's what we call this. We call it the preserved tablets. One thing, a humongous big tablet, everything's been written for, right? What's in there is nothing changed. But what's in they said on the scriptures, right, of the angels on your shoulder, that could change. We said that in the hasanat yudhil sayyat, that indeed good deeds wipe out bad deeds. The verse in the Quran, we mentioned this in the Hadith. So I mean that you have a bad deed here, and then you next day, guess what? You give sadaqah, you pray, this angel takes his eraser, and much of that. Right? So in terms of this recording, they said that could change. So dua and good deeds could change these type of things. But was already recorded. They already know that Shahid was going to make dua after he got sick, and then that was going to make him more humble, and then guess what? We're going to take his sickness away the next day. That story was already written already.
So basically, we don't know that our destiny is being changed or not. Even if we do dua, we feel like it is being changed, but it's already written. That's what He has it in for
Exactly. I
us.
think you got the
So you
picture.
can-
You got it. That's it. You use that as plan to all your whole entire life. You should be good, inshallah.
Even I read somewhere that even when
Dua,
we make
dua.
dua, it is the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
We all know that. We have been, how many people we know that have been sick in the hospital? People come around, they read Quran, and next thing the guy's feeling so good. And the doctor's like, I don't know what happened.
And the doctor says, only dua can help.
Yeah.
I did my best.
Right.
You know,
That
this is the
doctor has
destiny.
done surgery, everything, and he said,
Yeah.
now you make dua.
Yeah, definitely.
And brother, that would be the destiny. When the brother is saying that I cannot do anything, it's the dua.
Yeah.
That would maybe clarify your thing that this is the destiny.
Yeah.
Because he cannot do. As a
We cannot do
human,
nothing.
he
Doctor
cannot
said we
do.
cannot do nothing. Only dua can help.
Yeah.
In the last, doctor said, no.
I know we're a little bit over time, so inshallah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Next week,
Which is the
inshallah.
best, so.
This is how I
One way to look at it is,
clarify
if I can add, last minute, is that
I
our
have to clarify so many things.
concept of understanding is that everything, good or bad, even our life is temporary. The life comes and goes, the age comes and goes. Everything is going to come to an end except Allah. So no matter in this, movie, whatever you said, it doesn't really matter, because if you look at the life of the prophets, even Ayyub al-Islam, he was inflicted with disease and everything. Only thing he had was Iman, which put him back in on the path. And a lot of stories is the people of Iman, who were killed, but you know what? Their Iman stays.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's, it's actually to do with the belief whether or not, tomorrow if I get sick, but I'll come back to normal, but it'll not Allah.
This topic actually we talk more in detail in the Aqidah class more than the Hadith class.
It's more sort of going back to belief rather than some good or bad that happens.
Right.
I think that's the central point of the way to look at it, I think.
I have one last question. I think it's important for me to know. I'm sorry if you
No,
can
go ahead.
explain further. Is it, I know the girls can't be imam, the girls can't be giving khutbahs and all that, it's ladies, but can girls be hafiza?
Yeah, why not?
Does it, what purpose does it?
So, being hafiz is not always about show.
No, not about sure if you're
Yeah.
memorizing the whole Quran, if
Yeah.
you can't use it any other way other than reading for yourself, reading from the
That's
Quran.
that's
What
the
purpose
essence,
does
that's
it
the
serve?
main point.
But you can do it for yourself, looking at it and reading
No,
it too.
no, no,
Why
no.
it's
Because
not
if
so
you,
much?
very good, I understand your point. So, when you memorize that Quran, guess what? When Mun has at school, right, and when she goes to college, and these ayat come back in her head, like, oh no, Allah doesn't want me
But
to
she
do
doesn't
this.
know the meaning of it.
Well,
It's just
that's-
memorizing.
That's something else, that's something else.
No, I'm talking about Hafiz. I'm not talking about
Well, Hafiz supposed to...
any other part of it.
Okay,
It's memorization. I'm just talking about the. No, I'm just talking about the memorization part. That comes later, I
Yeah.
guess, if you
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
do the.
well, usually that's it. That's it. That hopefully that might lead her to study Arabic afterwards. But then, I know that's probably not the answer you're looking for. But in general, then for them to understand it, like for them to know the verses, right? There's barakah in that. There's blessings in that. For them to understand that, right? And yet, even though they're not going to lead the prayer and lead tarawih and have this beautiful voice and everyone's going to say mashallah, mashallah, and so forth, right? Which I think we do a little bit too much in our community, and that maybe it's not a good thing. But anyhow, it's not necessary for that point though. So if a girl would memorize it, alhamdulillah, that's going to bless her. Definitely these are verses of the Quran that she has, put to her brain. Allah's going to bless you for that, for taking that out. And hopefully she'll understand some, meeting, I'll lead her to understanding Arabic or taking a class on it and getting some lessons of it, right? She might learn some du'as, tons of du'as are in the Quran. So maybe she might know when to say that when she's in trouble or something like that. So that's one of the definite points of it, right? And for more part of her is for her showing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, her creator, that I took your words serious and I put it to memorization, right? Always is for yourself first and foremost, and then hopefully others benefit from it. For me, for myself, go studying in Egypt for 7 years is not necessarily for you guys. That's for myself. I need to perfect myself first and foremost, right? I enjoy that most than anyone else. Now we see, like, inshallah, I can help the community like today. Then that's it, alhamdulillah, that's it, right? But it's always for yourself first and foremost. Yeah, I understood Arabic, I learned Arabic, whatever. That helped me a lot, definitely, right? But don't think that's like a waste of time, or definitely for a girl or something like that. No, that's a lot. There's a lot of hidden wisdoms in it. I think blessing Allah will bless her with that, which I can't even put a number on, right, and say. So definitely don't belittle that at all. We always know the hadith was mentioned that those who memorize Quran will be asked to recite until the end, and that's what will be the place in Jannah. So one has like way over there, I'm way over here. And they say, and it's not saying that whether you understood it or not, right? And that's another thing. And we all know you get 10 hasanah for every letter that you learn. And the Prophet said that alif lam mim is 3 letters, not 1. And if you think about this hadith, it's very interesting. You know why? Because how many people here understand what alif lam mim means? None of us. So here the Prophet even saying that, you know what? Even if it's something you don't understand, you're still getting blessings for it.
I know we sent her 2 months ago in that Qur'an's class, but then I attended the class. I'm like, it doesn't make sense if she can't do anything.
Yeah, it's actually,
What's the
tied
point?
into our last class of discussion as far as what,
The girls
can do
what girls
as
can't
per
do,
leading
so
the
you're like
prayers
doubting
and
whether
stuff.
she
So,
can do it.
She could lead all girl congregations, even though it's not the Hanafi opinion, but other opinions, Shafi opinions, and so forth. She could do that. I mean, that might not happen every day, and they shouldn't start her own congregation, her own masjid or something. That's like she's at home or something, she's in the house or something like that, right? But yeah, but don't. It's not necessarily, that's not the goal for leading the prayer and stuff like that. Like I said, there's other virtues that kind of just mentioned. Her Jannah is a very big one. That should be enough right there.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah. And I think there might be some hadith about those who memorize Quran that they might have intercession for parents or other people. I'm not
So
too
she
sure.
was saying, I heard that you can take 7 people. She has a list of 7 people who she wants to take out.
See if you can have my name there, inshallah. That would be good. طيب إن شاء الله. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Rabbil Alameen, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless with the ilm and beneficial, Ya Kareem, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Help us to understand our qadr, Ya Kareem, and understand and be pleased with what you have ordained for us, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Help us, Ya Rabbil Alameen, have ihsan in everything that we do, have ihsan in the way that we kill, in the way that we are meet, and all the actions that we do in our life, Ya Rabbil Alameen. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Jazakallah khair, may Allah reward all of you. Inshallah, next week we'll do hadith number 22 and 23. And hopefully you guys are benefiting. And inshallah, Allah will accept this time for us and be approved for us in Yawm al-Qiyamah.